Hey, what's up, Jets fans? Or should I say, what's up, long-suffering Jets fans? Yeah, it's been another rough season for the New York Jets, 14 years straight without a playoff appearance. And this year's no different. But while most of us are pointing fingers at the team's performance, one man might just be the ultimate villain behind this never-ending misery: Woody Johnson. You know, the guy who's been at the helm of the Jets since 2000. Yes, the same Woody Johnson who's heir to the Johnson & Johnson fortune, and clearly, the fortune's not being spent too wisely on his football decisions. So, what's going on inside the Jets organization? Well, apparently, it's worse than we thought. According to a wild report from The Athletic, Johnson's hands-on approach to managing the team has turned the Jets into a madhouse. Multiple sources, over 20 current and former players, coaches, and executives, shared the shocking details. One anonymous player even called the Jets the most dysfunctional place imaginable. Oof, that's harsh. Now, let's get to the juicy part. Remember when the Jets were reportedly in talks to bring in Jerry Jeudy from the Denver Broncos? Sounds like a pretty solid move, right? A young wide receiver to help out Aaron Rodgers and make the offense competitive. But then, plot twist, Woody Johnson nixed the deal. Why, you ask? Well, apparently, it had nothing to do with Jeudy's actual performance on the field. It was all about his Madden NFL rating. Yep, you heard that right. Johnson didn't want to make the trade because, according to multiple sources, Jeudy's rating in Madden was too low. Forget stats. Forget the game plan. Let's focus on that digital rating. Folks, unreal. But wait, it gets better. Johnson's teenage sons, Brick and Jack, have a say in his decisions too. Yep, these kids are reportedly influencing Woody's judgment. I mean, when you're running a multi-billion-dollar organization, who needs experienced executives when you've got social media opinions from teens? According to sources, Johnson often quotes his son's online findings in team meetings like they're the latest expert analysis. It's honestly like something out of a sitcom. And if you think it stops there, think again. Woody Johnson's kids have full access to the team's locker room, yep, where only players, coaches, and staff should be. Brick even went as far as to interrupt a post-game moment, taking a game ball from Aaron Rodgers to give it to another player with some colorful language, which he later posted on Instagram. As you can imagine, it was awkward, and the energy in the room was just off. It's the kind of drama that makes you question, wait, is this a professional sports team or reality show? So, what's the takeaway here? If you're a Jets fan, hang in there. Maybe the next step is to get Brick and Jack their own coaching staff. But seriously, this kind of dysfunction is a major reason why the Jets can't seem to get out of their own way. Maybe they'll turn it around. But Woody Johnson might want to consider a different playbook, one that's not inspired by his teenage son's Madden opinions. Alright, folks, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this inside scoop, smash that like button, share this video with your fellow Jets fans, and of course, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Catch you next time, hopefully with better news for the Jets. Fingers crossed. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Christmas came early for the Kansas City Chiefs, and no, we're not talking about some new playbook this time. The holiday cheer came straight from Patrick Mahomes' wallet. That's right, the three-time Super Bowl champ and MVP is in the holiday spirit. And he's making sure his teammates know it. So, how did Mahomes show his appreciation for his offensive line? With luxury Christmas gifts that'll have you thinking, wait, can I join the Chiefs' locker room too? Exclusive photos revealed that the locker room was lit up with red Yeti Tundra Hall coolers, which are already impressive with their $425 price tag. But Mahomes didn't stop there. Nope. These coolers weren't packed with ice or drinks. Instead, they were filled with designer goodies. I mean, imagine opening a cooler and finding Rolex watches, Lucchese leather boots, and Oakley sunglasses. Is this Christmas or a fashion runway? But Mahomes wasn't just handing out stylish swag. He also gave his teammates some high-tech recovery gear, like Normatec Elite air compression leg attachments, which retail for $999 each. These bad boys help players recover faster with 7 levels of compression and hypersync technology for a symmetrical massage. Let's just say these guys will be feeling fresh even after a full game. Oh, And did we mention that 2 lucky teammates even got Louis Vuitton luggage? Talk about traveling in style. Seriously, Patrick Mahomes is out here playing Santa Claus for his team. And he's definitely bringing the luxury this year. But that's not all. We all know Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce have a bromance that's stronger than ever. From the emotional post-game hugs to Kelce standing by him at his wedding. These two are practically brothers. That bond was on full display this season, as Mahomes made sure to thank his teammates publicly. Like when he was caught gushing over Kelce during an interview. And in case you missed it, Mahomes has also shown how much he cares for his teammates even when things go wrong. After accidentally injuring his fellow receiver Rashee Rice in a game against the Chargers, Mahomes was visibly upset, saying, "I felt like that I hit Rashee." His genuine concern for his teammates only adds to the list of reasons why Mahomes is not just an amazing player but an incredible leader. With the AFC West title already clinched, the Chiefs are cruising into the playoffs. And we can only imagine what other surprises Mahomes has up his sleeve as the season continues. But for now, the Chiefs' locker room is full of love, gifts, and holiday cheer, and we're here for it. Alright, folks, if you're as impressed as we are by Mahomes' generosity, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more insider content on your favorite NFL team. Catch you in the next one. Chiefs Kingdom. Former Green Bay Packers star wide receiver Davante Adams made one thing crystal clear. He will never play for the Chicago Bears. While there's plenty of uncertainty about where Adams will be in 2025, one team that won't be in the mix is the Bears. Adams made that statement loud and clear during his appearance on the Up and Adams show on FanDuel TV. As a 6-time Pro Bowler, Adams has had his fair share of amazing moments. And one of his most recent performances, a 198-yard, 2-touchdown game for the Jets against Buffalo, was just another example of his dominance on the field. But when the topic shifted to his long-standing rivalry with the Bears during his years with the Packers, Adams couldn't help but make his feelings known. Back in the days when he was a Packer going up against the Bears, Adams explained there was never a worry about losing. In fact, he said, it was all about setting records and dominating. He remembers thinking, can I set a record? Can I score twice? Rather than worrying about the outcome of the game. He made it clear that this wasn't about disrespecting the Bears. But as a Packer, you just didn't have the same level of respect for the Bears as you did for other top-tier teams. Adams emphasized that the Packers went into every game against Chicago with the mindset to steamroll them and have their best game of the season. Adams' career stats against the Bears back up that mentality: 81 receptions for 1.024 yards and 10 touchdowns in 16 games, including 4 games with over 100 yards. One of his career high games was against the Bears, where he snagged 13 receptions. For Adams, this kind of success came naturally as part of being in a winning organization like Green Bay, contrasting with the Bears, who have been struggling for years. When asked about the possibility of following in the footsteps of other former Packers players who've crossed over to the Bears, Adams didn't hold back. "I'm not playing for the Bears." No, he went on to say that, at 31, with his career winding down, there's no chance he'd finish it in Chicago. "I respect everyone I play, but I'm not playing for the Bears," he concluded. So, Bears fans, it looks like you can forget about Adams in navy and orange. What's up, Lions fans? The Detroit Lions had the whole NFL talking this season. They were a Super Bowl contender. With a hard-hitting offensive line, a firecracker of a coach in Dan Campbell, and a roster filled with up-and-coming stars, it looked like the Lions were finally ready to end their 58-year Super Bowl drought. They clinched a playoff spot. They were dominating opponents, and everyone was saying, this is the year the Lions make a run. But now, things are starting to fall apart, and it's not pretty. Less than a month before the playoffs, the injury bug has hit the Lions harder than a freight train. They've already got 13 defenders on injured reserve. And if that wasn't bad enough, the injuries just keep piling on. In a 48-42 loss to the Buffalo Bills, which snapped their 11-game winning streak, things went from bad to worse. The team lost Aleem McNeil to a season-ending torn ACL, Khalil Dorsey to a season-ending ankle injury, and Carlton Davis III to a fractured jaw. And the injuries aren't just limited to defense. The Lions' league-leading offense also took a huge hit. David Montgomery, who had been a monster this season with 12 rushing touchdowns and over 1.100 yards from scrimmage, sprained his MCL and could miss the rest of the season. That's half of their dangerous ball-carrying duo with Jahmyr Gibbs down for the count. The Lions are looking pretty banged up right now. And the timing couldn't be worse. As if the injury list wasn't long enough. 22 players are now either on injured reserve or out for the season. It started with David Botta's Achilles injury during preseason. Then Aiden Hutchinson's gruesome broken leg in mid-October. Followed by Alex Anzalone's broken forearm. Now, it feels like the injuries are stacking up faster than they can recover. Of the 11 starting defenders in Week 1, 6 are now sidelined for the season. Yikes. But wait, don't hit the panic button just yet. While the media may be throwing shade on the Lions' Super Bowl hopes, Jared Goff is staying calm, saying, internally, we're good. And Coach Dan Campbell? He's not backing down. In an impassioned radio interview, Campbell said, we owe it to those guys, who got injured, to finish this thing out. He added, we can't let these injuries be in vain. And promised that the team wouldn't just fold under pressure. We're gonna friggin' cut it loose. He said, we're going to play with our special teams. And I don't care if we have to win by 1 point. That's what we're going to do. Despite the sea of injuries, Campbell's message is clear. The Lions aren't backing down. They might not win 11 games in a row again. But they're still fighting tooth and nail. This is a team that's used to adversity. Campbell even likened it to a time when you've gone through hardship and ate your molded bread. But that struggle taught you how to appreciate the good times. Sure, injuries are part of the NFL. And teams like Kansas City are dealing with injury concerns of their own. We're all waiting to see if Patrick Mahomes can play this week. But with the sheer number of injuries Detroit has faced this season, it's a tough pill to swallow. But Dan Campbell believes this is when the real Lions show up. This team is scrappy, hungry, and ready to prove the world wrong. So, let's not count the Lions out just yet. They've overcome odds before. And with Campbell's fiery attitude, this could be the most dangerous injured team the NFL has ever seen. If you're still all in on the Lions and believe they can overcome this mountain of injuries, hit that like button, share with your fellow Lions fans, and make sure to subscribe for more updates on their playoff journey. Who's ready for an underdog story this season? Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with all your friends. You don't want to miss out on the awesome content we've got going on. So, today we're talking about a hilarious moment involving none other than Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kyler's a football pro. He's got the confidence, the swagger, the moves on the field, but it turns out, there's one thing he wasn't fully prepared for: cold weather. Yeah, you heard me right. Kyler Murray, who's played his entire career in the sunny, warm, and sometimes scorching desert of Arizona, had a bit of a reality check when he was asked about playing in the cold. Now, for most of us, 35 degrees isn't exactly Arctic-level cold, right? I mean, it's not even freezing. But for Kyler, who's used to the dry heat of Arizona and the occasional Oklahoma chill, 35 degrees in Charlotte seemed like a big deal. So, here's what happened. The reporter casually asks him how he feels about playing in the cold. And Kyler, being the confident guy he is, says, I'm good. Cold weather doesn't bother me. But, then the reporter drops the bomb. Well, the forecast says it's gonna be 35 degrees in Charlotte this weekend. And what does Kyler do? He gives a quick, deadpan, "Oh," with a tone that clearly says, yeah, maybe I need to check the weather next time before I talk. I mean, can you imagine? Here's Kyler, Mr. I'm cool with the cold. Only to realize he might have bitten off more than he can chew when it comes to temperatures that don't even hit freezing. It's like the football equivalent of confidently walking into a room and realizing you left your keys in the car. Classic moment, right? But hey, no worries, Kyler, you'll be fine. Football is a mental game as much as it's physical. So just put on a couple of layers. Focus on the game. And remember, you got this. Alright, that's all for today's hilarious Kyler Murray story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And share this with your friends, because they need to see this too. Catch you in the next video. Stay warm out there. In a rare and remarkable moment of NFL history, Cameron Dicker of the Los Angeles Chargers successfully executed the first fair catch kick in the NFL in 48 years. The fair catch kick is a seldom used rule that allows a team to attempt a free kick for 3 points after making a fair catch. The kick is taken from the line of scrimmage, with defenders standing 10 yards away. This unusual play unfolded during the Chargers' 34-27 victory over the Denver Broncos. The opportunity arose after the Broncos' Tremon Smith committed a fair catch interference penalty on what would have been the final play of the first half. This moved the ball to the Denver 47-yard line, setting up a chance for Dicker. With J.K. Scott holding the ball, Dicker booted a 57-yard kick through the uprights, making history by not only being the first successful fair catch kick since 1976 but also setting a new record for the longest successful fair catch kick, surpassing Paul Hornung's 52-yard kick in 1964. While this type of play is extremely rare, largely because fair catches typically occur outside of field goal range, Dicker and the Chargers had practiced the kick frequently, with special teams coach Ryan Ficken ensuring they were ready for such an opportunity. Jim Harbaugh, Chargers coach, praised the moment as pivotal, helping the team regain momentum in their comeback victory. Dicker himself expressed excitement about the rare milestone, calling it a fun and unique moment in the game. For the Broncos, the penalty and ensuing kick was a frustrating outcome, as they had prepared for the scenario but were unable to prevent the kick from happening. Denver coach Sean Payton acknowledged the rarity of the fair catch kick and the disappointment of allowing it to happen. This event not only gave the Chargers a key 3 points but also revived interest in a nearly forgotten rule that hadn't been successfully executed since Ray Wersching of the San Diego Chargers made a fair catch kick against Buffalo in 1976.